Hey everyone, welcome to a quick look at F1 2019, the official Formula One game. Codemasters has been doing this for 10 years now, and the last one and only one I played was F1 2016, which I bought, and had an enjoyable time. They're pretty deep games and pretty immersive. I've For whoever saw my review of the 2017 demo, you guys know that I'm not a big fan of high downforce open wheel cars. Even though I do watch Formula One religiously, I'm not a big fan of these types of cars in sim games. What I wanted to see with the 2019 demo is if there's anything new enough to maybe draw me back into the series after a few years. So everything looks pretty much the same as it's been. There's some new options, some little things added to the career mode. The career mode is just as immersive as it's been before. It's full of cutscenes. It really makes you feel like you're progressing through a real Formula One career. The force feedback options, the setup options, the menu options, everything looks pretty much the same as it has the last few years. So one new thing this year is they've added Formula 2. You can do an entire Formula 2 championship, but unfortunately it's not really integrated into the career mode. It's just these 3 races in the beginning with like this preset scene where you do the last few laps. It's all scripted. No matter how well or how poorly you do it in this little mini F2 game, you'll still be offered a contract for any F1 team. And it's all full of all these corny cutscenes and a pretty pathetic attempt at making a story out of it. So seems like kind of a superfluous addition. And then once you're in F1, it allows you to do the entire Australian Grand Prix. Overall, the game looks very similar to the previous editions, and you have the option to even do 100% races, and all of the official Formula rules, and the cars and the teams and the drivers obviously are all there. But the graphics and the sounds are top-notch. This is a very, very highly polished title. It looks great. It sounds great. You can tell that this is the series that Codemasters puts all of their effort into, in detriment maybe to the dirts and the grids, which tend to be, at least this year, have had some sketchy launches. But what most interests me about these titles is the driving sensation. And this is where this game really falls flat on its face for me. You've got your typical floaty Codemasters ego physics engine here, with a central pivot system. The car behavior is somewhat realistic. I've never driven a car anything near an F1 car. I've never even driven an open wheel car. But from 30 years watching Formula One, you can see that the braking points are pretty similar. Hitting the apexes is pretty similar to in real life, and your acceleration points are pretty accurate. The tracks are not laser scanned. This is unfortunate that after 10 years, Codemaster still hasn't laser scanned the tracks, so a lot of them have some little errors and everything. But for a Formula One fan looking to get into the official Formula One game, I think what's presented here is fine. But for someone who's more on the simulator side like I am, I find the physics to be completely lacking, and especially when accompanied by the force feedback, which on my Logitech G29 is nothing short of a complete disaster. I don't know what they did with the force feedback here. It is much worse than it was in F1 2016. I remember reading on the forums that there was a patch not too long ago that changed the force feedback on wheels. No one knows why they did it. Codemasters never answered, but the force feedback is absolutely horrendous. It gives you absolutely no information whatsoever. There is no detail in it. You cannot feel oversteer. You can't feel the tires loading up. And that, coupled with this simplistic pivoty physics engine, makes this game, for me, a complete no-go. I will not even think about purchasing this game, even on a deep sale. And unfortunately, Codemasters has renewed the contract to 2025 with an optional extension for 2 more years. So that means pretty much that I won't be buying an F1 game until 2028 unless Codemasters does something to make this a more enjoyable driving experience. But it is the official F1 game. F1 fans who want to pretend like they're an F1 driver, go through a full season, 100% races, 100% practice sessions, quali sessions with all the official rules. In that sense, it is a very good game, and it does what it needs to do. But it's just not for me. So that's my quick look at the F1 2019 demo here on the PS4 Pro. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into one. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.